unmitigated vibe. Just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now idle, let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh, microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, grenade, away your heart there. Real expression, real connection.
Good morning to Grenada, Carrico and Pity Matnik. A time check for you, 4 minutes past 7 o'clock. Good morning. Let us pray.
Good morning to you and
Morning, Miss
good
Kino.
morning to the nation. This morning, Lord, we give you thanks, to give you praise, we glorify your name. Because your name is worthy to be praised. Without you, we cannot do anything of our own. We thank you, you put us to bed. We thank you for allowing us to see the morning rising sun. We thank you for the bread, the most important thing, the bread to bring unto each and every one of us. I bring the country before you this morning. You remember Grenada, Carrico, Pity Matnik. Father, the whole world is in your hand. Father, you are we sheep in the pasture. You know each and every one of us by our different voices. Father, we're knocking at your door and let we enter in. Father, I bring the school children before you this morning. Blessed Lord, remember every schoolhouse this morning. Pass by them, pass by the teachers, pass by the principal. Remember each and every one of them. What walking with the children, Lord. We know some of them are very stubborn-hearted. But Jesus, remember they going out and they coming in. This morning, Lord, I bring the Prime Minister before you. I bring the ministers before you this morning, both male and female. I bring the opposition party before you. I bring the ministers, both male and female. They are in your hand this morning, Lord. Don't you and you alone what knows everything. I'm asking you, Lord, to guide and to protect, to bless it, thou be so pleased. I bring the entire force in your hand this morning, blessed Lord. Father, pass by all police stations. Reach out and touch each and every one of them this hour. Those on duty, those out of duty. Father, not forgetting the SSU, Lord. Not forgetting the RRU is in your hand this hour, Lord. Not forgetting the wardens this morning, blessed Lord. Reach out and touch each and every one of them. Father, keep them on praying ground. Guide them and protect them. Bless them if thou be so pleased. This morning, Lord, this cannot afflicted one, those that cannot help themselves, those on the hospital bed, pinnacle mortal body, and when it's day they cry for night, and when it's night they cry for day. Pass by all different homes this hour, blessed Lord. Remember the nurses, the doctors, Father, the workers with them this hour, Lord. Pass by each and every one of them. The home for the aged one. Remember them, Lord. Remember even those who are in the home this morning, Lord. The aged one, the younger one. Remember them, the youths of the land I bring before you. But I remember the youth this morning, Lord. Father, some of them are very stubborn-hearted, but I ask you, Lord, to help them that they able to help themselves, guide them that they able to guide themselves. This our Lord. Pass by each and every one of them, both male and female. They are living in your hand. Take them in charge if they'll be so pleased. My God, you cutting and give all your children up it down this morning, Lord. But they need it more than ever. Because sometimes they up and sometimes they down, sometimes they almost to the ground. But this our blessed Lord, have mercy, mercy. I ask and mercy is our total plead. Pass by them this morning, blessed Lord. Father God, I bring that son before you and I lift him up to you. Father, thank you for safe arrival for him. Father, thank you for whom he left behind, each and every one of them in that home. Father, guide them and protect them, bless them. He might be small, but shed the blessing unto each and every heart this morning, Lord. Mr. Andre, I bring before you this hour, Lord. Remember that son. Take him in charge, whom he left behind. Keep it safe night and day. You spring of his body. I bring them before you, they far away from him, but Jesus is close to you, Lord. Remember each and every one of them. Remember his staff I bring before you. But I pass by the staff, each and every one of them. Pass by them if thou be so pleased. Bless them, guide them, protect them. Keep them on praying ground. This our blessed Lord. What could I tell you? What you don't know about this staff, this our blessed Lord. Radio station I bring before you. But I remember the folk and the bungling center and even the castle, the door, the ending of the gap, the songing of the yard. I bring it, you keep that place safe night and day, lead no visitation could enter this our Lord. But I pass by Caricula and again, remember Miss Matterson, I bring before you, remember Miss Matterson and she household, each and every one of them in that home, this our Lord. But I take them in charge. Pass by Kami this morning, blessed Lord. Father God, you know, there is time the road is rough one, there is time the road is tough one, but with you, Jesus, she depends on you and know she can make it, Lord. Bless her, don't be so pleased. Pass by she home, guide it and protect it, Lord. Protect her this hour, blessed Lord. Miss Job, I bring before you. Remember Miss Job this morning, blessed Lord. Remember Miss Jacob, I bring before you. My friend in Hermitage, Lord. Father, look over that village this hour, blessed Lord. My God and my King, my village and my people, I bring before you, Lord. Father God, in my next word of prayer, what I feel to mention, you're going to reveal it unto me. As you study disciples to say, our Father, which art in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this our daily bread. And forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but give us from all evil. For there is the kingdom, the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen and amen. Thank you, Lord. Good morning to you again and have a good day.
Okay, Miss Kenner, have a good day.
All
All right, take care. Bye.
Turn us on via www.drealfmgrenada.com or WhatsApp us today, 442-0175.
Real Xpression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, where the airwaves free read. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Oh. From Grand Ends to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real Xpression now, I let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM, the vessel, your message fill the ear. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real Xpression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation.
Turn us on via www.drealfmgrenada.com or WhatsApp us today, 442-0175.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
So fast pay, a new and easy way to pay. So fast pay, so fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay.
is keeping you connected.
Let us take you on a journey like no other. From the south, the east, the west, and finally the north, where the real fun begins. Real FM.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. I read from the Word of God, Psalm 105. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his deed among the people. Sing unto him. Sing psalms unto him. Talk all of his wondrous works. Glory in his holy name. Let the heart of them that rejoice that seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his face evermore. Remember his marvelous works that he had done, his wonders and his judgment of his mouth. O seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is the Lord our God, and his judgments are all the earth. This is the end of the scripture reading this morning.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful day. Bye.
You too. Take care. Bye.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, where the airwaves free read. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth that flow like Mount Quaqua tribe. Oh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM, the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, use them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Nutmeg in the rhythm, cocoa in the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Reel up the truth selector, let the people speak. 91.9, no weak heart, no meek. From Carriacou shores to the Crater Lake deep. Real expression loud and the nation loves. Lyrics are a temple, the DJ is the priest. St. George this, the people them a shout. Real expression now idle, let your heart pour out. Ooh, oh, microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, grenade away your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9 the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9 the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Fisherman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Not making the rhythm, cocoa in the bass. Real FM.
Good morning again, folks. As we head over to the Met Office, we speak with Miss Nicole Jones. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to you and your listeners. Here's the weather for today, Wednesday, the 25th February, 2026, as recorded at Morris Bishop International Airport. Presently, the weather is fair and slightly hazy. Winds are from the east at 15 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1014.7 millibar, which is above normal and rising. The present temperature is 26.1 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 75%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30 degrees Celsius. Last night's min was 25.5 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 0 millimeter of rainfall was recorded. Hence, the total for the month remained at 20.5 millimeters. Now we move to the public forecast valid for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be mostly fair and windy and hazy, with light isolated showers. Maximum temperature 30 degrees Celsius. Winds are expected to be east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 14 to 25 miles per hour. Gusting high at times. Seas moderate to rough with waves 6 to 9 feet in easterly swells. A marine advisory remain in effect. High tide today would be at 9 a.m., low tide 4 p.m. Sunset 6:16, sunrise 6:24. Just repeat the public forecast valid for today. Mostly fair, windy and hazy with light isolated showers. Maximum temperature 30 degrees Celsius. Reporting from the Morris Bishop International Airport, I am Nicole Jones. Do have yourself a wonderful morning.
You too. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada.
From the north, covering south, east, and west. This is Real FM.
It's celebration time at Calico Shopping Center. In 2026, Calico is celebrating 44 years of serving Grenada, and we're saying thank you. With prizes at all Calico outlets nationwide. Look out for special anniversary deals and giveaways. With 11 prizes at each location, that's a massive 44 prizes up for grabs. Shop at Calico in Grenville, St. George's and Lowtown Salters, and give yourself a chance to win while you shop. From groceries to hardware to household essentials, wholesaler or retail, Calico has it all. 44 years strong, 44 chances to win. One trusted name, Calico, your one-stop shop.
Classic Furniture. Our items are made from the best local wood available on island. Our products are made with love, care, and the experience we have gained over the years. Why do you even contemplate using substandard furniture, which is imported, when you can get the best made right here in Grenada? Our factory is located in the cultural village of Chantimel and our showroom on Ben Jones Street, St. Andrew. We are also noted for refurbishing that piece of furniture to its initial look. When looking for quality furniture, there is only one place to look, and that's Classic Furniture, where we take care of your needs with utmost care. So give us a call today and put your furniture woes to rest. Classic Furniture, where love and luxury is combined to provide the ultimate satisfaction. Call us today on 442-4645. Classic Furniture.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visual, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Seasons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Seasons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Seasons. Seasons. Express your style with Color by Seasons.
Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited advises members and the general public of new operating hours at its branches. The Customer Service Center at Seaton Brown Street, Grenville, is open Monday to Thursday 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. and on Friday 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The main office on Jubilee Street, Grenville, is open Monday to Thursday 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Fridays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Lucas Street St. George's branch operates Monday to Thursday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Fridays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. For the Grand Anse branch, Monday to Thursday 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Fridays 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We look forward to serving you. Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville.
Turn us on via www.drealfmgrenada.com or WhatsApp us today, 442-0175.
Real Xpression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth that flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Oh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real Xpression now, I let your heart pour out. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and
Remember, guys, whenever I'm on, remember to share Real FM with at least one person that has never listened to Real FM before. Good morning to the people listening via the TuneIn app. Good morning to the people listening via the website. And good morning to the people listening 91.9 and 5. Morning, Ron. Good morning to Kathleen Knights, my YouTube people. 29 minutes past. Whoa, we're walking this morning now. Let me put on the camera, let people see, just in case they try to pelt something behind me. Let's say, watch your behavior this morning. You know what you need today? Well, you have a guest? Where is the guest? I'm going to open the phone lines and let people call me if you're not going to work, you know. Nah. But it's 7:30. When I open you,
the lines, they don't stop in calling.
So don't open it.
Why don't tell them what you just do?
No, nobody saw me, so I'm not talking.
They saw me?
Yeah.
What did they see me do?
They see you spill the coffee over and you're waving.
It wasn't coffee.
What was it? Tea? Chunky called me. He said, "Watch, I believe we need a new board." You know? I said, yeah. You see, Andre just spilled tea all over the stations.
So why don't you say you just did the same?
Yeah, but mine's happened in the corner.
In the corner. Just did the same.
I know.
John Phillip. J spill coffee.
A whole cup of coffee, man. Don't worry, it happened up by the speaker part up here, by where the desktop part is, so it's safe. It didn't go by where Andrew went by the transmitter down there, by the power divider. Imagine the power divider need wet.
Why don't you just shut it? Yeah.
Glenda Margaret Francis John. Wow. Good morning. I've never seen that name before. Let me see what else is there. Denise Sandy. You seen this person before? Good morning, Angel. Andre Burke. Fitlin, look Fitlin. Fitlin!
I ain't talking to Fitlin.
That business. I was studying you.
Boy. This thing is bitter.
You say bitter is good?
Yeah, but wow. Kill black man children. So, everything good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
I'm positive. Everything is functioning.
How's your baby?
She's good.
How's the big girl?
The big one? Or
No, the big girl.
She's good too.
And the bigger girl.
She good too.
Right.
Everybody good.
She's still studying to be a mixologist?
Yeah, a chemist. Trying to mix rum.
Trying to mix rum?
Yeah.
Jesus.
There's no change in her mind.
Lord have mercy. Celestine Grant, good morning. And also good morning to Chimney Hill. Chimney, how you doing?
A long time I didn't see her. You must come in one morning and work with us.
No.
Yeah. She could come, man. She could talk.
She could talk.
Steve Kreff. You seen that name before?
That's my cousin.
Yeah?
He's a Montrose.
Big up.
Yeah. He came here to visit. Oh yeah, friends. I don't even have a headphones, and Gate refused to take my headphones from me, and he knows where it at. Yeah, but I'm good. Had the night was okay, you know.
Croft Engineering.
It's the amazing thing, Gates, is that so my alarm goes off, right? So I hear the alarm go off, and I have to take the phone and put off the alarm. So I am putting off the alarm, Gates, and the alarm refuses to go off.
So it's ring,
I'm putting off the alarm, and the alarm refuses to go off. And I'm like, well, how the hell can this happen? Why isn't the alarm going off?
Good morning, MF.
And do you know what happened?
What?
Yeah, unting the thing there. Yeah. Do you know what happened? I thought I took up the phone.
You didn't pick up the phone?
No. So I'm still sleeping.
So you're sleeping and
I'm
thinking.
still thinking. And the alarm refusing to go off. And I said, well, what the hell is this? And then I jump up and I say, shucks, Andre, you didn't even have the phone in your hand. You know? So, there you go. Ah. Somebody, I'm gonna give you this one, Gates. Yeah, here's this one, and this is, and I'm recommending. I'm not seeing your name again. Like I stopped sending you messages.
Yeah, man, I didn't scroll down.
Nah, just type it in, man. All right, here's something I sent to you. Huh? It's a little bit. Give him the thing up there, man. Give him
Put it on?
Yeah, put it on. And hey, I today's political Wednesday, so all y'all got to bear with me. But put on my television up there. Let me just see it too. Because I might have to ask you to zoom in on something.
Zoom.
I got sent this, and I'm wondering what the heck is happening here. All right? See, hold, pause.
Wait, I have to share the screen.
Yeah, you have to share it. So, share the screen. How do you put so much yellow in this thing? I have to talk to Dugo at them. Take out that yellow. Yeah, Dugo, I have to talk to you. Yeah, you see, okay, pause.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in?
Not really.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That looks like the ambulance rolling off the boat.
Of the boat?
Yeah, it looks like that's the big red boat. You know that boat that bring the cars? That look like another boat anyway. I see that boat, another boat.
So that is on the carnage then?
Yeah. Well, no, in the back.
No, that's on the carnage.
In the loading dock.
No.
The carnage. No, that's where they look forklift and thing. Like the
Where
back of the
where
boat.
you see forklift?
Got the forklift up there. What are the mouses? Only in Grenada on top. Yeah, that's the forklift in the back of the port, the Trinidad stand. I know they're good, man.
Gates, you think you know what you're saying?
I know watch the video. They pushing the ambulance. They pushing the ambulance now. Well, who they inside of the ambulance?
I don't know.
They push the ambulance off the boat, right? You go down.
Is it off the boat?
It's a boat.
No, it looks like, eh?
That looks like, Jay. This is off the boat. This is the back of the port, the Trinidad stand.
But how they could be pushing ambulance?
Well, he must be working good, like.
And they buy new van?
Oh, that what you mean? I see where you're getting at. Oh my.
Huh? They buy new van?
And you have to push the ambulance?
And you have to push the ambulance? I can't believe that. They buy new van.
Well, you may need battery.
They buy new van.
You have to push the ambulance.
I know they have to push ambulance. Lord have mercy, send down pussy.
The amount of men have to push it too.
I wonder why they had to push the ambulance?
To kickstart. If you look at it, you could see kickstart going down the ramp.
Yeah. Well, Lord have mercy. I hope you didn't have a patient in that way. And I hope the patient, if there was a patient,
That's
okay.
the CARICOM jetty. The ambulance is coming back from CARICOM. Yeah.
The ambulance is coming back from, what are the ambulance going to in Kaku?
Maybe it was carnival time, they needed extra.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you had this.
But watch it good. Watch the video again. Pay attention now. Pay attention now.
Pay attention now.
Pay attention now.
Let it restart, and then we're going to see what happening there. Restart.
I'll tell you when to watch for the kickstart. You can see his kickstart there on the kickstart. Right, so we're pushing now. We're pushing. They're trying to get it to roll down now. Watch it kick, eh? Watch it there now. Watch it joke. Right, you see that?
Now it dropped down.
Yes,
it dropped down from the ramp. That's what happened there. You see where the yellow line ends? That's the end of the ramp.
That's now when he kickstart?
No, like it dropped down from the, but I don't know.
But look, he drive out now. He had to be kickstart going down the ramp.
I don't know. Look, a lot of mercy, you know, see. They on their own with that one. But they buy vehicle. They buy vehicle and they give people vehicle. You understand?
You think they really care about like the healthcare
Take
system?
the one that Kit Mitchell say don't want back. Take it and make an ambulance. Or take the one that Emily no take, the one that Keith Mitchell no take, sell it and buy ambulance. Oh, these are wicked people and them.
Yeah, like 2 ambulances they could buy there.
Yeah, because Keith
so he's
no take.
So the one for
I don't know what I hear they give the prison. I hear that. I ain't know that. Okay. So Keith and Emily, that is 1 ambulance, and Kate and Clarice, that is 2 ambulances all they could buy there. Oh, these are wicked people and them. Yeah. But watch thing now.
Things happening.
Things happening in the area.
Yeah, you see people texting me. It was a kickstart.
The ambulance coming back. It's a good thing the ambulance didn't. People behave good in Carriacou, so the ambulance had nothing to do in Carriacou. It's a good thing because next thing you can start. Well, watch thing now. You know, I was part of purchasing an ambulance one time, guys. I don't remember the year, but I was working at the Grenada Broadcasting Corporation, and I was a member of the Guelph Bus Drivers and Owners Association. Imagine me a member now.
Andre?
Yeah, and they did a raffle, a big raffle, and I assisted them in so many ways. Together with that, you know that guy who sells used parts in Guelph, brother?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. He was part of it. He was a leader in it. I think he had about 3 buses or so in Guelph at that particular point in time. And Guelph did not have an ambulance. And we raised funds and we were able to buy a bus and convert it into an ambulance. So when people think that Andre do nothing, Andre do a lot of things. I'm a member of the bus association up here. The Western? Yeah, I'm a member. At one point in time, I was the secretary. I haven't been to a meeting in a long time, but at one point in time, I was the secretary of that particular association. All right. Okay. So I'm expecting a call this morning, Gates. The call should be in about 3 minutes' time or so. Expecting a call, and I want to speak to this person because there's a need to speak to this person. I came up on something, and I believe this person should have some information here. So what we're going to do is just take a quick break, and we'll be back, because when we start with that person, it will be for a long period. This is Real FM Radio, Political Wednesday. Stay with us.
From the north, covering south, east, and west. This is Real FM.
It's celebration time at Calico Shopping Center. In 2026, Calico is celebrating 44 years of serving Grenada, and we're saying thank you. With prizes at all Calico outlets nationwide. Look out for special anniversary deals and giveaways. With 11 prizes at each location, that's a massive 44 prizes up for grabs. Shop at Calico in Grenville, St. George's and Lowtown Salters, and give yourself a chance to win while you shop. From groceries to hardware to household essentials, wholesaler or retail, Calico has it all. 44 years strong, 44 chances to win. One trusted name, Calico, your one-stop shop.
Classic Furniture. Our items are made from the best local wood available on island. Our products are made with love, care, and the experience we have gained over the years. Why do you even contemplate using substandard furniture, which is imported, when you can get the best made right here in Grenada? Our factory is located in the cultural village of Chantimel, and our showroom on Ben Jones Street, St. Andrew. We are also noted for refurbishing redesign that piece of furniture to its initial look. When looking for quality furniture, there is only one place to look, and that's Classic Furniture, where we take care of your needs with utmost care. So give us a call today and put your furniture woes to rest. Classic Furniture, where love and luxury is combined to provide the ultimate satisfaction. Call us today on 442-4645. Classic Furniture.
Turn us on via www.drealfmgrenada.com or WhatsApp us today, 442-0175.
Real Xpression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, where the airwaves free read. A knife for my night. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa tribe. Oh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the ear. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9 the right.
Welcome back, folks.
Jesus Christ. What did you just do there, Gates? You must stop that stupidness, Gates. Stop. What are you doing, man? Yeah, you're just doing dumb things. You a dummy James or something?
Yeah, your caller is there. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andre.
Hey, what happening there, brethren?
Great.
I called you last night and spoke to you, and because I had gotten a document, and I know you like to talk health, and that is why I called you last night. I'm sorry I called you so late, but I just wanted to talk to you about the document that I got. Are you prepared to have a conversation on that particular document, and would you like to know what document I'm speaking about?
Yeah. What document are you speaking about?
I am speaking about a document that has to do with the statutarization of the hospital services in Grenada.
Yes, I think coming out from the Parliament, the Minister of Health indicated that there's a policy document, and from effective to, I think it's today, there will be a series of national consultation.
Okay. But I went through...
people should comment on the document.
Well, I went through the document, and I thought that there are a couple of issues that I wanted to raise with you. That's why I called you, because I know more than likely you would have seen it or heard about it, because you don't know about health things in Grenada before I know. But I just happened to grasp on that one. And because you would know, and because you probably would, did you read the document? Did you see it, and did you read it?
Yes, Andre, just to put in context. Just to put in context for the listening population. So I was the former director of hospital services in Grenada and policy advisor to the Ministry of Health at one point in time. And I migrated to the Trinidad and Tobago, where I held senior management positions in the Northwest Regional Authority and the Eastern Regional Authority, the highest position as Chief Executive Officer of the largest regional authority in Trinidad. Additionally, I worked as director in Montreal, director of hospital services in Montreal, and also Turks and Caicos Islands, in which I was director of health policy and planning. But I reside in Trinidad, and a part-time lecturer at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. So, and I did my master's degree in the UK. And my research was centered around the failed hospital statization in 1998.
Okay.
So I'm putting that in context for those persons who may want to think that I don't know what I'm saying. Interestingly, I spent about 8 years on the executive of the Public Workers Union, and I was the PSI, Public Service International representative for Latin America and the Caribbean on the Health Services Task Force.
Okay. So you're saying this
management
is your thing. You're saying this to say that you are qualified basically to answer the questions that I can throw at you.
Certainly.
All right. So you mentioned 1998, and there was an act back in 1998 called the Grenada Hospitals Authority Act, and that act was never operationalized. What for some 27 years or so? What was responsible for the failure of that? And what specific lessons have been documented from that failed attempt based on document that you have?
So, Andre, I want to put in 1998, the NFP government was in office. This act was developed during the time of the New National Party. The New National Party, not the NDC. So the NDC, when they get into office now, the Minister of Health of the COP said he's implementing this thing because it's on the books. So it's not the National Democratic Congress that saw the need to improve efficiency in the management of hospitals. So don't claim it. Right? I'm putting that on the table. So it's not that the NMP is against COP. So don't say that. The Act in 1998 was developed, and the reason why, from the research I have done, why the Act was not implemented was centered around a dispute between the union and the government surrounding the authority of the Public Service Commission to second public servants to a statutory authority outside of government. So there was a legal matter, but also there were matters surrounding trust, uncertainty, chaos, lack of consultation, lack of social inclusion of the views of the workers, and there was a strike action by the Public Workers Union, and the government decided that we're going to put this bill, this act on hold. Keep in mind, at the time, I was the first vice president of the Public Workers Union. So I was part and parcel of that process.
So people like you stopped the thing.
So hold on. No. There was a concern, a legal concern. At the time, Lord Clapton, may your soul rest in peace, was the leader of the union. Now, in the document that the government have for public consumption, gives the impression, and I quote, the situation in 1998 points to tension related to the status of some employees, the regularization concern, and the treatment of staff under the proposed authority. It was not a regularization issue. So don't lie in the document or speak on truth. It's not a regularization issue. And the policy document says the above situation seems to have reversed in 2025, where it appears that the pension issues have been settled. That is true. The pension issues have been settled. So the reasoning that they put for the failed attempt, according to the document, was centered around regularization concern. That is not the truth. That is not true. The Health Sector Reform Committee set up at the time was riddled with problems, and Cabinet did not take oversight for what was taking place. Even within the committee was set up, members had different views of what should be the priorities of the government.
Mm-hmm.
And there is some indication that the union was playing politics with the issue of secondment.
Okay.
So the government thought, look, man, let us put this thing on hold. So that is the reasoning from the evidence, not regularization issue. Because at the time, most officers were appointed by the Public Service Commission.
Okay.
But not now, Andre.
Mm-hmm.
A significant amount of persons at the hospital have government of Grenada contract. Significant amount of persons. You get the point? So that was the background of this matter.
That's the background. So let me ask this. Was any formal post-mortem done to review the failure of 1998? And was any form?
Yes.
There was?
Yes. There was a document, I think, and I have access to the document, where there was an evaluation of what took place by some permanent secretary. At that time, Lana McPhail was the permanent secretary of health.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a document to that effect. And I have done substantive research in finding out what are the obstacles. And I've published the document in English. Yes.
No, there was an executive agency that also failed in 2000. Why did that model collapse? And was it structurally flawed or politically unsupported? What happened there?
So at that time, I was a hospital administrator.
Mm-hmm.
And the director was a guy named Mr. Dexter James from Tobago. Right? So the failed attempt, government thought, so let us look at the other option. One of the options is that all the services under goods and services, they will open a bank account.
Mm-hmm.
And the director can sign checks
to
expedite the procurement issue of equipment, etc. But they leave the staffing under the Public Service Commission. Right? That we ran into a lot of problems because the treasury, the finance had to release the money, and there were delays in releasing the money. And there are matters related to who signs the check. So not only the director, I think the permanent secretary at the time will sign the check. And that was riddled with a lot of operational matters. So that came to an end also. The director return and the government go back to the public. So return to the status quo.
Mm.
So it was not falling in time.
So when you look at it right now, is there any empirical evidence that shows that a statutory body is superior to that of an executive agency? And in the same breath, in the same breath, are we certain that the current reform is not simply a rebranding of the version that has failed?
So let me say, right, Andre, the granting of autonomy for the management of hospitals is a policy decision that, if well developed, can improve efficiency and effect of the delivery of hospital services. Remember, so the reasoning behind statutorization is that the minister is responsible for healthcare, and the problem which was faced by health services in the 90s, people were blaming politicians. And the politician will say, well, not me, I'm not able to fire people. It's not the Public Service Commission, with an insurance provision in the Constitution. So my hand is tied. So the politician says, I need direct control. That is why in statutory authorities, they report directly to the minister.
Mm-hmm.
The minister wants to have direct control, political control, over the hiring and firing of public servants. Because we have a culture that the public service is bureaucratic, and you can't fire anyone, and the discipline process is very lengthy, and therefore we need to an arm's length body that the minister can have direct control over. Now that is one aspect, but also they want to ensure that that they can leverage the private sector, etc., and the Ministry of Health do not have that capacity to do so.
Okay.
Keep in mind that statutorization and reform was supported by donor agencies. So therefore, there's money available. So a lot of countries in the Caribbean moved into this issue of health sector reform, which involved regional authorities and the statutory authorities. So it has the potential to improve efficiency and innovation in the management of hospitals, because hospitals consume 80% of the budgetary allocation to the Ministry of Health.
Yeah.
Hospitals, almost 80%. So there's justification, right, to improve efficiency. That was noted by the NMP in 1995. And I'm thinking also agreed by the NDC. Yeah, but the problem is that we have learned a lot of lessons about the reform in the Caribbean. Tremendous amount of lessons learned about the experience of this policy. It is not good in terms of the result of health sector reform in the Caribbean for various reasons, and we can learn from that and develop a model which best fits our situation now. So that's what I want to say about it.
Okay. Now, do you know whether or not government has secured, meaning this present administration, whether or not they would have secured a written union buy-in at this time, and what guarantees are in place to prevent any pension issues from resurfacing?
Now, if you look carefully, that the union have raised issue concerning there will be no statutization without regularization, right? So the union have been signaled their intention, right? I don't know if the union is a member of the transition team. Remember, under the NMP in 1998, the Public Workers Union was a member of the Health Sector Reform Committee. It's Lord Clarkson. There's a transition team appointed by the cabinet, and I understand they're being paid well nothing free to plan the transition of workers from the Ministry of Health to the statutory authority. Membership on that committee, I don't know who are the members on it. I understand they have a lot of ex-permanent secretaries. They have maybe representatives, I think, from the St. Jordan Medical School, and some private sector individuals. The chairperson is Ms. Andal. So I don't know if the union involved. In terms of the transition team. So obviously the transition team will be interacting with the union. So therefore, I really don't that process going forward. Yes. So that's how I want to answer that.
Okay. And what percentage of the hospital staff do you know are being are currently unregulated? Do you have an idea?
I don't have an idea, except that approximately 800 staff total, roughly over 800 persons. I don't know what percentage are appointed by the Public Service Commission and are public servants, and those who are not appointed by the commissions, which are not public servants in accordance with their document. So the two categories of staff, those that are not public servants, and those that are public servants, in other words, appointed by the Public Service Commission. So I don't know the percentage.
All right. I want to turn your attention to page 16, where it speaks to the authority need for raising revenue. And the first thing I have to ask you here is, what specific services will generate revenue, you think?
No, currently, Andre, the hospital is financed through taxation and a very small user fee, specifically from the lab, the radiology department, and some wards where there is a private ward, where there is a fee. In addition to that, there is a very, very comprehensive exemption policy. Right? So there's an exemption issue now. If you are a government officer, police, under something, you are exempted.
Are teachers exempted?
I'm not too sure. There's an act. The act specifies who are exempted.
Okay.
But the collection mechanism is very, very outdated. And from my experience, it's a very small amount of money that collected through user fees. Now, what are user fees? User fees is out-of-pocket expenditure. You go to the hospital for a lab test, and they give you a price, and they ask you if you could pay. Now, if you can't pay, you should see a social worker to determine if you can pay. Right? I don't know, in my experience, that a significant amount of persons are not able to pay. Because most of the people that go to the public hospital are the working class, the poor, etc., with diabetes, hypertension.
Yeah.
Now, the statutory authority in the policy says that the authority will amend the fee. Yes? And those who can afford must pay. While the government will continue to cover the cost for the poor, the elderly, and dependent children, based on the document. So the government the policy is saying that those who can afford to pay should pay. Now this,
but there's the question here. If you're saying that those who can afford to pay should pay and will pay and has to pay, how will you assess the ability of one to pay?
well, Andre, this issue of user fee that is really with a lot of problems. Ideally, in some countries, if you're not able to pay, you're being assessed by a social worker,
Mm-hmm.
and the social worker will determine if you make a recommendation. But the government's stated policy is to move towards a national health insurance. So why is it in the statutory authority this matter about paying over the counter or you directly? Why are you talking about user fee when the policy is that we go into a national health insurance and persons will pay mandatory payroll deduction or some other method of collecting the money. So you pay when you and you have a card and you access the hospital and they will see that you are a national health insurance member. So you don't pay at the point of need. You understand, Andre? You don't pay at the point of need. But what this is saying that, well, the authority can increase the fees.
So the statutorized body can increase their fees at any time. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but it has to be approved by the minister.
Okay, so Parliament, in essence, can override the any excessive fees in the structure. Is that what you're saying to me?
The fee structure will have to be approved. So if the statutory authority decides to increase the fees, to revise the fees are very, very small. Trust me. I think the fees have not been revised for years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it must be approved by the Parliament.
But would you say that
in
doing that in relation to the raising of the fees and all sort of things like that, is there a possibility that we can look at what I call over commercialization of healthcare?
Well, Andre, I will say this way. The concept of user fees is to raise revenue. One, the public services are not designed for profit. Public services are not for profit. But there's a need to improve efficiency in public services. The private sector is profit-driven. The public services are for the public. Yes? That's the point I'm making. Commercializing public services through the establishment of statutory authority or executive agency is an arm of the government, and the government is responsible for the delivery of services in the country. Right? But there's nothing wrong in trying to improve efficiency. But the issue of people paying directly or out of pocket, it is not a sustainable policy. What we should move towards is the establishment of a national health insurance. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Not where people, like America, when you enter accident and emergency, they're asking you, do you have an insurance? Do you have an insurance? If you don't have an insurance, it's problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's problem. We should be going that way. And the government says they're moving towards that direction. But I fail to realize that the statutory authority is mentioning about fees, charging fees. You understand what I'm saying?
Now, when we look at the ability to pay, do you think that signals what is gradual end to that's how I'm thinking, a gradual end to universal free hospital access, and how does that align with the universal health coverage principles, and could this create a two-tier hospital system, meaning one for the rich, one for the poor?
So, Andre, the issue of universal health care says that every citizen of the country must be able to access, must be an essential basic package of services, right? And persons should not be denied access by virtue of your inability to pay, your religious status, the economic status, right? This is a goal. This is a big goal of which most governments try to achieve. Universal access, like universal education, universal healthcare. But when we said universal, we mean essential basic services. Because the government do not have the capacity or the resources to give the Grenadian people in the country all the state-of-the-art medical services that are available out there. The government have other services to run, right? So I'm saying it is a goal towards universal access. However, we believe that a national health insurance where you pool people's contribution, and that contribution then give them access, universal access to an essential basic package of services. Free at the point of need. You get the point I'm making? And if you want anything above essential basic package, you go to the private sector. You get the point? Go to the private sector. But the government has an obligation to provide basic essential services at a certain quality to meet the needs of its population.
Now, let us look at, because there's going to be a board set up. And let us look at who defines integrity and judgment as it relates to the board, and what disqualifies a nominee for the board, and political affiliates eligible to be members of the board?
Andre, if you remember, I keep telling you that the statutarization is a political process. It is where the government in office delegates responsibility to a board with various skills and competencies. I have no issue with the government in office. The winner takes it all to appoint person. You have to a board chaired by a chairman. So the Act speaks about a membership of between 79. 79, that is standard. And second to that, the board selects the CEO, the chief executive officer, which is the person responsible for administration. In the document, Andre, in the document, the government is proposing that the minister shall exercise general direction and control and oversight over the board and approve the criteria for the appointment of a CEO. So imagine that the minister has to approve it. The criteria. No.
So he has total autonomy, the minister?
The minister have to approve what the criteria for the appointment of a CEO. The minister. The minister also, the setting of wages and salaries to be a duty of the board, except for CEO remuneration, where the minister is to be consulted. So the minister has to be consulted when coming for how much you're paying a CEO. The salaries for the authority is not done by the feeling of the minister. The Ministry of Health, which has responsibility for resource allocation. And if the ministry is going to give the authority resources, as in Trinidad, they have a role to play in the salary and remuneration package of the board. You cannot, the minister could say, well, the CEO is at NMP or the CEO is at NDC, I will give him $25,000 a month. What foolishness is that? And the minister will decide the criteria for appointment of the CEO. I thought the board appoints the CEO.
Well, I would want to believe that too.
But in the document, they said the minister with the company criteria. In other words, the minister could say you have to be a member of the NDC to be the CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Because he determined the criteria.
So
I have never seen nothing so in my life.
So let me ask you this.
All my professional life.
Let me ask you this question though, bro. You have been inside of the whole system. You've been in and out of the system. But with all of this, where is the money coming from?
For what?
To run this, to pay the people, to pay employees, to pay the board, to pay the CEO. Where is the money coming from? You already just indicated to me that the fees are pittances. So where are we going to make the money to start to pay for the statutorization of this?
So let me answer the question. I refer into the document. So the transition team, which are paid by the government, and in my understanding that the writer of this policy was also paid. My understanding. Huge sum of money. Right? When you look at the document, the government is recommending, it is recommended that there be a budgetary allocation from central government with in line with the annual budget cycle, supported by current collection fees for an initial 3 to 5 years, allowing transition to the NHI. So what the document is saying is that while we wait for the NHI, the central government will allocate monies to the authority. Plus the authority will have the user fees. I'm assuming they will increase the fees. Right? Because they have a huge operational cost for the establishment of a statutory authority. The recurrent expenditure for this authority will increase exponentially, especially when the minister can decide what salary he pays the CEO. He pays the CEO. You see where he's gone already, right? And all the board members and the offices for that. Now, in the past, in the Caribbean, usually they borrow money from IDB or IMF for establishing these things in the initial stage.
Didn't Barbados do that?
But what they're saying is that.
Didn't Barbados do that?
No, Barbados. No. Barbados, Queen Elizabeth Hospital is the statutory authority.
Okay.
That's the hospital, right? But the point I'm saying is that the government is proposing in this document, while they wait for the NHI, that the government will fund the statutory authority. While they wait for that. They say 3 to 5 years. But maybe they're thinking that the NHI will come in the next 5 years. That is why I said, Andre, don't be fooled. This thing is about rhetoric. This thing about, they're not serious. Because if they put in 3 to 5 years for NHI, what does signal you? Where the money going to come from? Do government have enough resources in the fiscal space to increase the allocation to the Ministry of Health and also to the executive agent, to the statutory authority? The expenditure for the ministry was skyrocketed. it will skyrocket. In the absence of a national health insurance, government will be starved for money. And who do you think will suffer? The primary care services. And that has nothing to do with the, hold on, Andre, it has nothing to do with the new hospital in Hovale. Remember, they're assuming that there will be a lot of tourists going to come to Grenada for medical intervention.
Yes.
They're assuming that. Medical tourism, and also medical education, training of doctors. That will bring in substantial amount of resources. But we have not seen any financial analysis for that facility. And we don't know when that will complete. But it's the first time I'm seeing where the statutory authority will be sworn by the government for initial 3 years to 5 years, allowing for transition to the NHI. That says a lot, right?
With all of this, do you see any conflict of interest there?
In what context? When you say context?
Conflict of interest as it relates, we're going back to the minister being the one to appoint the CEO and basically appointing the board and everything of that. Do you see conflict of interest raising its head in all of that?
No, I'm saying that the minister is within his right in a statutory authority to appoint the board.
Okay.
I have no issue with that. Right?
But the board should appoint the CEO, not the minister.
No, I have no issue with appointment. I have a problem with the minister determining the remuneration package. He has to be consulted. And when you're appointing a CEO, he determines the criteria. He has to approve the criteria. So I have a problem with that.
So it's simply
that.
Yeah, but
the document. Hold on.
Go on.
And then in the document, they speak to an open recruitment process for persons to be appointed on the board. You have to ask for public call for nomination, screening, shortlisting, interviewing, recommendation, appointment. Another level of bureaucracy for the appointment of boards. The writers of this document, I have not seen this reference. When came with that to come up with that? I have no issue with the minister appointed a board, but this issue of the public have to nominate, that is just rhetoric, grandstanding. At the end of the day, the minister will be responsible. What I will recommend that on the board, you should have representation from organizations like the diaspora or the medical school or the medical association, the public comfort union, audit, people in auditing, people in financing, people in the private sector. Yes, I have no issue with the minister doing that. Appointing, but don't tell me you writing like we will make nomination at the end of the day. At the end of the day, the minister will decide. So don't try to fool people with this stupidness.
All right, so
I have not seen that written nowhere.
Let's go to this then. Do you believe that there should be, or is there any removal mechanism in place as it relates to the appointment of the appointment of members to the board? And can the minister remove a board member unilaterally? Does the document speaks to that?
No, from my experience now, because I was a CEO for Health Northwest, and there was an issue between the minister, it was alleged between the minister and the chairman. The chairman don't want to take instructions, and in relation a member of staff, and the chairman resigned. Well, we felt that the minister felt the person had to go. So the minister has the authority to appoint the board. And if to appoint the board, he has the authority to also be removed. On that certain grounds, remove. I'm not taking that away from the minister.
Okay.
Right? So I have no issue with that. All you have to do, Andre, you wait for the next 5 years and vote the government out.
So then it brings me to the question. It brings me to the question. Where is the constitutional boundary between oversight and interference?
Hold on. Okay. Now, you see, Andre, remember I told you why statutory authority was set up. Right? You remember I told you that. Usually these authority, and in the document, there is some public accountability. They have to submit the annual plan on the performance of the authority. Yeah. So to the parliament. And if the authority is not performing the work, they first of all let's fire the CEO. Right? But it is what it is, Andre. What determines the effectiveness of the board is the behavior of the minister. Yeah. So you appoint people on the board based on technical skills and experience, right? And we would like to say, not based on partisan politics. But Andre, you're asking for too much. Because I cannot see the NDC appointing someone that is deep in the NMP. You might like to say and say, oh God, we're all Grenadians, we're all Grenadians.
But you can't see that.
You might want to say to Andre.
But you can't see that happening.
No, I cannot see that because my appointment as the CEO in Northwest, you think the minister did not approve? I did go before the minister. But you think the minister had to be comfortable? You keep in mind, Andre, we expect public servants to be apolitical. You get what I'm saying? We expect that.
Yeah.
Because public service it is not, you don't politicize the public service. But health authorities and statutory authorities are under the direct control of the minister. But there must be mechanism to ensure good governance. Right? And also, Andre, the role of the Ministry of Health is crucial because the Ministry of Health is responsible for evaluating these statutory authorities, establishing policy direction, establishing standard and target by which they should achieve. So usually there is something called an annual service level agreement. And the ministry involvement will hold the statutory authorities on the board responsible for these targets and standards. But if you have a weak Ministry of Health, these statutory authority becomes runaway horse.
So
the political football of the minister.
So it brought me to my other question for you. What prevents informal ministerial interference, and will there be statutory penalties for political overreach? Is the word I might use here. And then, if there's a problem, who arbitrates disputes between the minister and the board? You know, can the minister override board decisions?
That's a ministerial cabinet issue. No, that's a ministerial cabinet decision. That's at that level. But the minister has the prerogative in the law to appoint and to extradite control over the board.
So go on.
No, what I'm saying is that you're asking some deep ethical questions which I don't think I could answer, and I don't want you to behave like you're building a utopia. A perfect system.
So if the Ministry of Health sets standards and inspects compliance, is the authority truly independent, and could the Ministry of Health inspections become a political pressure tool? And
Good question. So in the Act, there is something they call, you could have partial autonomy, or you can have full autonomy. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So in Trinidad, the health authority do not have full autonomy to employ people whenever they want and to pay them salaries whatever they want. They will have to go back to the Ministry of Health for approval. Right? So that's the checks and balances. Second to that, there is an agreement that is signed between the Ministry of Health and the authority.
Mm-hmm.
Right? These are the targets.
Yeah.
This is what I want you to achieve. You're not on your own. But the problem we have, Andrea, we learned over the Caribbean, that the Ministry of Health failed to do their job and leave the statutory authority to do what they want. Yes? That is the problem. So the evaluation part, that is why in this document, we should be seeing issues where you're strengthening the role of the Ministry of Health and the competencies of the Ministry of Health to do their work with respect to this statutory authority. Simply because with the involvement of Project Polaris, Mount Sinai, remember I told you, right now, Mount Sinai, Project Polaris do running the Ministry of Health. You know, that's my perception.
Mm-hmm.
But the ministry has a stewardship responsibility for health. All the government is doing is delegating the responsibility. But the government is accountable to the people for the improvement of healthcare in Grenada. And if the government fails to achieve those, meet the expectation, in a democracy, we have a choice to vote them out. That's the democracy we have.
Vote them out.
So it's not about recalling a board member and that kind of stuff. That is the destruction of the minister.
But is there anything?
Not the population.
Is there anything that prevents the board from, or the statutory body from drifting towards profit generation? Is there anything within that whole document that they're circulating? Is there anything that prevents that from happening, drifting towards profit generation?
That's a very good question again. I don't want to use the word profit, because one of the roles of the board is to explore investment opportunity and private partnership, training institutions, etc. And the board has the authority, especially for donation, right? So the board has that leverage, which currently the ministry don't have the capacity, the competency to do that. That's the public service bureaucracy. That's not going to happen there. So the board have the responsibility. But this, for resource mobilization, to some extent, because remember, if there's a national health insurance, there's a financing mechanism. And they can enter to private partnership with Mount Sinai or St. George's Medical School for training of the doctors for a fee. Yeah, but the issue of profit, I don't know how profit. From my experience, Andre, I don't know of any health authority that five in Trinidad that making any profit or something. Profit. The cost of healthcare is such that they don't do the profit.
Okay.
Profit. But you can you can generate additional resources and set priorities to meet the expectations. You cannot rely on government on the consolidated fund to finance a statutory authority and the new hospital of $350 million US. Clearly, you can't do that.
So which brings
profit, I don't like to use the word profit.
As you spoke there of consolidated funds, then I could ask you this question. Will hospital workers now be negotiating outside of public service salary scales? And could this create wage discrepancies with other public servants based on that act?
Good question. Good question. Now, the board has the authority to, with approval by the minister, in Trinidad, approval by the Ministry of Health or Finance, to provide increased salary wages for the workers. Right? The board has that autonomy. Based on the act, current act, they don't need the Ministry of Health approval. Right? They have that power. So in Trinidad and Tobago, the health authority staff are paid more higher than the ministry staff. Right? They paid higher. Right? For example, a CEO in Trinidad will get about 50,000 PT per month, total package. And then they will get a 20% gratuity.
Okay.
And if you are employee of the health authority, which is in the act also, you could be in the pension, they have a pension scheme.
Okay.
Right? So you will find that the salaries in health authorities or statutory authority usually be higher. Right? Usually be higher than and that can create a push, a pull, in that people prefer to work with the statutory authority and work with the Ministry of Health because they're driven by, they want a higher pay. And that can create some problem. Right? That can create some problem.
Do you think that there'll be a huge fiscal impact on higher salaries?
Andre, what is proposed, Andre, in that for the statutory, which is the administrative aspect of the statutory authority, I want to answer the question yes, because you have board members between 70 and they have to be paid, the secretary to the board, and sometimes they have consultants and advisors, and then you have a chief executive officer, and then you have directors, a host of directors, which you cannot be paying them cake pay. You have to pay them more that they will get in similar what they get in the private sector in order to attract them. Right? You get what I'm saying? So the experience in the region is that when you look at the allocation to the health authority or statutory authority, roughly 80% of the monies will go to salaries and wages. Very small percentage is used for operations and supplies. I had serious problem in Trinidad. After I pay my salaries, I get approximately $90 million a month. After I pay, then I have nothing. So I have to credit. And my trade payables skyrocket. And every so often I have to go back to the government and beg to bail out. Because the salary, the amount of the cost for salaries and human resources is so high that it's very difficult to have money to do developmental and expansion, training and development services. So that's the problem we have. We have a financing issue. hopefully, the government, the statutory authority can form partnerships and strategic relationships. Hopefully.
Does the document speak to supervisors weaponizing performance reviews, and then in the same breath, how do you prevent supervisors from shielding, say, underperformers? Does the document speak to that?
Yes. So with respect to you're going into an area of human resources.
Mm-hmm.
The transition document provides some options for transfer to the authority. Right? There are different options because there are different categories of staff currently under the ministry. There are those appointed by the commission, those have a contract, etc., etc. What the document recommend, and the option they recommend, and they captured it, no man left behind. No man left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And they said all staff are given the opportunity to transition to the authority. Eligibility is based on application of the regularization criteria. Only those with chronic unresolved performance and discipline issues are excluded. I go. So those people who have discipline, what? Unresolved performance and discipline issues are excluded. So the document says that while all employees will have an opportunity to transition to the authority, the final transition will be guided by the same eligibility criteria used for regularization, including demonstrated performance, work ethics and attitude, disciplinary record, pending and pass. So if you had a pass disciplinary action, you're out. Competence and qualification, attendance and reliability. Andre, if they're recommending no man left behind, why are you introducing it? In other words, I could smell trouble. You just have to have a rumor, Andre, that I attended the NMP rally.
Yeah.
And you're out.
And you're gone. You're gone.
You will not be able to transfer. Or you have attendance issue, transportation issue. Or you have pending discipline action, whether it's guilty or not guilty. You may not move over. Work ethics. These are soft issues, Andre. Attitude. Who decided on attitude? Andre, it's amazing, Andre, that they've recommended no man left behind. So if you don't man left behind, why do you ask? Why are you putting that inside?
Why are you asking those questions? Correct.
Why are you saying that you cannot move over if you have issues? Now, let me tell you from experience. In the Trinidad arrangement, everybody went over, except those who said, I don't want to go.
Okay.
There was no criteria. So once you go over, the authority now will develop the performance HR policies, their disciplinary procedures to weed out these people. You get the point, huh?
Yeah.
Because we don't know if it's fair by supervisor or managers with respect to the employees. So why are you introducing that rule in the document? And what? No man left behind. Andre, when you say no man, what do you mean?
No man. Woman, but no man. That's all I could say.
I could smell trouble, Andre. Because those persons who are public servants in the Ministry of Health, who may be supportive of the movement
or the
NMP,
could be left behind.
There is a question mark on that.
So here's my
I don't know who are the...
Here's my final question for you this morning. If statutarization is not the end, but can be considered to be the enabler, then what measurable outcomes will prove success within 3 years, reduce wasting time, improve morality, staff retention rates, and financial efficiency ratios?
Very good question. Very good question. You're asking the question, how do you measure the performance of a health authority or statutory authority in health? Very good question. And there are different ways in which measures which we use to determine if the statutory authority is moving in the right direction. The first one, Andre, is the patient satisfaction or dissatisfaction with the services which they receive. First and foremost, because that's why we set it up. To improve health outcomes, to improve the care and treatment and management of patients. And the ultimate responsibility, the ultimate test is the patient's view about the services which they receive under this entity. It is a horrible situation in the Caribbean where these authorities do not do nationally patient satisfaction surveys. What they do is that one patient may receive good care. They put it on Facebook and they say, oh, the service is good. One person. So patient satisfaction. In fact, in the UK, it is a legislative priority for each trust to conduct and publish patient satisfaction results for everybody to see. So that's one. The other way we will know if the authority is functioning is where you have independent or third-party assessment. When I say third party, it's not that, somebody or agency outside of the authority. For example, the ministry can audit. Yes? Audit. And if there is a body in the public service that's responsible for safety, they're doing the safety checks. Yes? Auditing. Financial audit also by the Ministry of Finance because they're using state funds. Financial audit and publishing. So you have a situation where RHAs in Trinidad are 5, 10, 6 years late in publishing audited financial statement. And that's the failure of the government not enforcing that. So auditing, and also the fact that the government says they want to have accreditation by the involvement of Mount Sinai the accreditation assessment report, which is a stamp of approval that the quality of care that is provided at the hospital is above board. Right? Is above board. And finally, we will know based on the report from the standards and targets set by the Ministry of Health, by which the board proposed to achieve. Right? They have to submit these annual reports based on these targets. They call that quality reports against those standards.
I never did ask you, and I should have asked you this. What is your whole viewpoint on the success of this statutorization? Personal viewpoint.
Which success? No, the success of statutorization?
Of this body.
Which body are you talking about?
The hospital services being statutorized now. What do you think? Successful, good move, no, not good move?
Oh, yeah, you want to know what is my view on statutorization?
Your personal view.
No, I said upfront. Right, statutorization is a mechanism to grant hospital autonomy for the management of the human resources and material resources of a hospital. I am fully supportive of the principle to improve efficiency in the management of resources for hospitals, which is the cathedral of the healthcare system, the most expensive part of the healthcare system. And because of that, we need to control that. So I am fully supportive of that. However, Andre, we have learned a lot in the Caribbean since reform in the early 90s. We have made mistakes. We have achievements. We have areas of weakness. And therefore, as a country, we have to listen and learn from the lessons learned. Right? That is what we have to do. Not repeat the same mistake or create another bureaucracy. Right? It is written that health authorities have a tendency to be runaway horse. Statutory authority have a tendency to be runaway horse. Financial irregularities, gross abuse of public funds, nepotism, and empire billing. It has a tendency to do so, right? But there are mechanisms by which we can reduce that possibility. But the record on paper on statutory authorities in health has not been very good in some countries. We know that Barbados, Queen Elizabeth Hospital, is run by a statutory authority. But that institution, I understand, is doing well. I guess they have their own challenges, as there are a lot of challenges, right? So what I'm saying is that this document which the government have outside circulated is a very weak document.
Ouch.
The developer, I don't know who it is, the document has no reference at all. And in some of the statements which are made, and therefore I think they need to have broad-based consultation. Right now I understand they're having a consultation today. I don't know with whom. However, I think coming out of the consultation, we expect to see, and they said they to see a and equipment. Don't just go and consult, and don't take the views and improve the views, right? But most importantly, Andre, the success of standardization depends heavily on financing, governance, and the behavior of the populator. Those are three pillars. Yes? You will not be able to achieve your objective if you want to use user fees and government subvention. We need to have the national health insurance as a financing mechanism to improve access.
Okay.
Right? So that is my comment on this document, and I'm very happy that you give me the opportunity to explain it. And I'm open for any kind of dialogue. Let all ideas contend. Right?
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to thank you very much for spending the time with me this morning. It's been you have never spent the entire morning with me. Now I've got you for the entire morning, and that was good. And I hope to hear you again on Friday.
Great. Yes.
All right. Okay, my friend. Take care of yourself, bro.
Okay.
All right, good. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.metalkingthere with Mr. Gilchrist. And Gates, you enjoyed it? I saw you nodding a couple of times. What's up with you? You enjoying it? Eh?
Yeah.
A lot of information.
A lot of information.
Yeah.
Things that I never even thought of before.
Yeah. Okay, friends, it was nice being with you. And this is what Political Wednesday is all about. We come to you different every single day. It's just about time for me to say goodbye. Gates, what's the time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. It's time for me to say goodbye. God bless you. Take care of yourself. I'll catch you again tomorrow morning. Man gone.
Full N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Welcome to the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. We'll have the details when we return.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is